guys, how's it going? I am working on a couple of really simple spring planters today, and I wanted to show you the plants that I brought home yesterday. So I posted a picture on Instagram of a box of plants. Our first spring load came in at the garden center, so I posted a picture of it, and there were several of you who wanted me to do a plant haul, just showing you guys what I brought home. So I plan to do that, but I'm going to put a couple of containers together as well because it's going to be in the Green Profit magazine in April. And if you remember, if you've been following us for a while, we did a container for Green Profit before, and we will link the video down below. It was a really pretty container, and it was kind of like midsummer, kind of toward fall when we did that. So it's a totally different feel from these ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I think, these three plants in this container. So let me just show you what they are. This is a soft yellow pansy. I love the buttery yellow color of this one. I love to use pansies in the spring and in the fall because they are so cold tolerant. In fact, that's the only flower we put in the pots for spring and fall in our downtown city. I kind of had that project up, and I just love to use these. And a lot of times they come back in the spring, and Dexter is totally doing something over here. Dexter, what are you doing? I don't know what he's doing over there. He's like trying to eat the dead blooms. Anyway, so pansies are just a great one, and I love this color. And the next plant I have are Angelina Sedums. And I love this plant because of the color. And spring and fall containers are awesome because you can kind of fudge light requirements a little bit, just because the sun is not super intense yet. It's not like summer sun and summer shade. So I can put sun lovers in with kind of shade lovers. Love the winter color on this Angelina Sedum here, and this is a super tough one as well, and I think it looks good with this color here. And then for my centerpiece, I'm going to be using this Merlin Helleborus. If you don't have any hellebores in your garden, you should really think about it. They are so great for shady areas. They're an evergreen, so they keep this foliage through the winter time, and then they bloom late winter through early spring. They're one of the earliest bloomers in my garden. This one gets 12 to 15 inches tall and 2 feet wide, and it has these gorgeous creamy like mauve, kind of like the back of the blooms are kind of this mauvey pink. The inside have that kind of pink, but then the middles are just so intricate. I just think they're such a fantastic flower. I would love to have a collection of hellebores in my garden, like a labeled collection in my garden. That is a goal one of these days. So I'm going to be planting all of these in this container here. This came from Braun. We just did an unboxing video not that long ago where we got a lot of cool containers from Braun. So this is the smaller of 2 bowls. These are like a wood, I think they're a wood type bowl. So anyway, I'm just going to use a little bit of soil. And I'm going to plant the hellebore first in the back since it's my centerpiece, and then I'll fill in with the other ones around the edges. Okay, we'll pop this out, see how the root system looks here. Oh my. That is a nice looking root system. I'm going to break up the root memory just a little bit because it's pretty tight. It looks really healthy though. And when you break the root memory, it keeps it from the roots keep wanting to grow in the same direction, and it eventually strangles itself. So you kind of want to break that up a little bit. All right, I'm going to have to knock some of this soil off the top too. And a lot of people ask me after I posted the picture with a whole bunch of spring plants whether or not we still have snow, and we do. We still have a couple feet out there. So these ones, after I get done planting them, I'm planning on putting them in our sun porch area. It's not heated, but it stays nice and like warm enough not to freeze these poor things. And they're really cold tolerant anyway. It's just that these have been in the greenhouse, so you wouldn't want to throw them outside until you've acclimated them a little bit. So they'll stay in the sun porch for a little while, and then I'll eventually move them out probably in a week or 2. All right, I'm going to put a pansy in next. Okay. Doesn't this look pretty together? Look at these 2 blooms. I actually wasn't working yesterday, but I asked my mom, she was down there, and I asked her if she could text me the second the plant load arrived so I could run down there and grab some new stuff. Then a sedum. Okay, I'm gonna come around and look at it quick. Then I'm gonna actually do my second sedum right next to it. I want a really bold grouping of it. There, that's pretty. And as that grows, it'll kind of spill over the edges, just a soft spill, not really dramatic. And I think that'll be really pretty. All right, and this last pansy, I'm gonna just tuck right in the back here. All right, clean up my mess, and I'm gonna do one more. You know what, I have room for one more pansy. I went around the front and looked at it, and I think I can fit one more right here. I don't leave near as much room in my spring or fall containers because the plants just aren't putting on the kind of growth that they do during the summer. So I find that you can get away with kind of putting a little bit more in a container than you maybe normally would during a real active growing season. It makes it fun though. It makes it to where you can really pack them out and have them look stunning right from the get-go. All right, let me see how that looks. Yes, that is exactly how I want it to look. All right, second pot. For the second container, I'm gonna use another Angelina Sedum, and then the pansies I brought home are so sweet. This is called a Frizzle Sizzle Raspberry. Look at the color on that. It's like a magenta and lavender and just absolutely gorgeous. This is also a Frizzle Sizzle Raspberry, so it's kind of like almost like a mix. Let me double check. Yeah, Frizzle Sizzle Raspberry. So this one's got a little bit more white in it, but I love the frilly leaves, and I don't have a tag on this one, but this is also a Frizzle Sizzle. It's got the really ruffly petals. I just think they're the sweetest things. And then for the centerpiece, I'm gonna use an Breakers Helleborus, which this one gets about 12 inches tall and about 24 inches wide in the landscape, but it's got more, almost kind of like a blue tint to the foliage, kind of, and then a lighter colored bloom. So that kind of chartreusey, creamy colored bloom. But look at how gorgeous and full this plant is. I think it's gonna be beautiful. So the bowl I'm using is a little bit bigger. So this is the larger size of this one. So I think that this one will be a nice size hellebore to fill it. So I'm gonna grab some soil. I have a feeling the root system is gonna be intense on this one. I'm gonna make a lot of room here in the container. And I always kind of try to look at it and decide which angle is the best. I think that that's the best angle for this one. You can see the most blooms and it looks kind of the most full. This one is in its container tight. This is gonna take me a minute. Got a knife on you? Oh, my clippers. Can you hand me my clippers? Velcro's to the rescue. Thank you. Oh my. Yep. I think it was time for a repot for this one. Look at this root system. I mean, it looks very healthy, but definitely needing a repot. Okay, so I'm just going to score the roots every couple of inches, and that'll help break the root memory here because it's so tight I can't even really get in there with my fingers without creating a ton of damage. So just by cutting it a little bit, that does the job. Okay, nest that down in there. Make sure there's soil packed all the way around the root balls, and I know we miss that in a lot of videos, especially ones where we speed it up. It doesn't show me completely packing things in really, really well. I do pack them in really well. I make sure there's soil all the way around the root balls. It's just hard to get that translated correctly in a fast video. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. It's got a little bit more purple in it. So pretty. All right. And then probably the little blue one. Actually, nope, I'm gonna use the one with a little bit of white. That way I've got the darker, this one right here has a lot more dark in it, so it'll bring the weight on this side of the container that I need. Alrighty, and then I'll put my sedum in. Oh, that just brings such a nice texture and color, I think, into this arrangement. And then my last pansy I'll tuck right in on this side. All right, I'm gonna come around front and see how they look. That's so pretty and springy, I just love it. Just like with the last one, I think I have room for one more pansy back in the back side here. And you can remove quite a bit of soil off of root balls. I mean, you don't wanna do a ton of damage, but plants are really resilient. And so to get them in there and get the root balls to fit, you can kind of remove a little bit. All right, I'm gonna clean up the table and then I'll show you the rest of the plants that I brought home. I really didn't bring that many more home, but I do have this true blue pansy, just a really cool, clear blue, which is just, I think, gorgeous. And then I've got, this is a pink marble hellebore, and it's more of a dwarf size. So it grows to about 6 to 12 inches tall, and I think about 12 inch spread on it. So it's just this little petite hellebore with marbled foliage and really petite flowers. But I find that the center is still huge and gorgeous. Lots of pretty detail on that one. I'm excited to plant this one out. And then this one is called Snow Frills. This is a hellebore as well. And this one, it looks like it's got glossier foliage. It's like a brighter green and then a double white bloom. I'm a total sucker for anything that's double. I love the fluffy frilly blooms. And I can't remember, let me look, see. This one only grows 9 to 12 inches tall and 13 inches wide, so kind of on the small side for this one as well. And these will probably go in some other containers. I did put together a fairy garden earlier today as well, and some of the plants ended up in that, but they were just repeats of what I have here, so nothing different there. Anyway, thought you guys might enjoy seeing all of the plants. I mean, it's just a little like shot of spring, a shot of spring energy. So it's really helped me a lot. It's kind of sunny out today and it's nice and warm in the greenhouse. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.